Hey everybody, it's Danny. I just wanted to say a big thank you to our newest Patreon supporter, Garrett. Thank you so much. We appreciate everything that you're doing for the podcast, and we would be happy to share our order of space shrimps with you sometime.
Hey everyone, welcome to Memory Alpha. This is a great podcast featuring all women where we talk about disgusting things like jizz.
It's not for your children, unless they're like 14.
We haven't introduced ourselves for a while. Maybe we should take that chance to introduce ourselves. Well, I'm Susie. I'm the DM, and I do all the terrible impressions.
That everybody loves. Shut up.
So bewildering that I made what's that gal on Twitter? Fluffgar laugh. She's Scottish, and I make her laugh with my terrible. That's terrifying that I make Scottish people laugh with my terrible Scottish accent.
I am relieved, personally very relieved that a Scottish woman laughed at it instead of just turning it off and never listening to us again.
Thank you, Fluffgar.
She just goes, ugh, and turns it off since that's how people talk.
So I'm Danny. My voice doesn't always sound exactly like this because I spent a long time screaming yesterday at karaoke.
Were you singing Bjork?
I did sing Bjork, yes, I did. So I play Shakel, Lieutenant Shakel, and I'm drinking a very gross beer that I just opened, and I didn't.
No.
It's very big too, and so there's like nothing I can do about it. I have to drink the whole 20 ounces of this incredibly gross beer.
Oh no!
You have to. There's no
Take
choice.
one for the team.
Hey, Danny, you remember that one time, speaking of karaoke, on the Star Trek cruise that you sang, You Ought to Know, was it Casey Biggs and...
Admiral Forrest,
Yeah.
what's his name?
Didn't you get free drinks for that?
No, I got free drinks from Connor Chenier for just yelling the answers to Star Trek trivia and over everyone who didn't know.
You were so loud.
They didn't know the answer, though, so it's not my fault.
That was great.
And then I got a free beer.
I was freezing my tits off in Minnesota.
There's still time to come on the next cruise, Heather. Come on.
Who's next?
I'll go next. I am Penny the Vulcan.
Oh, you
Too late.
son of a bitch.
Oh dear.
Okay. My name is Ashley, and I am Penny the Vulcan. Since it is officially Pride Month when we're recording this, I'm doing the same thing I did for Phoenix Pride, and I'm using one of every color, which includes green for me and only me. So I have the spum colored, which I've never heard until tonight. Spum and blue and green, and then like that bronzy brown-ish color. That's my dice. Now you can go, Dee Dee.
I'm Dee Dee. I play Posa, Lieutenant Posa. I'm Bajoran, and I'm obnoxious, and people like me, and I don't know why.
Oh, were we supposed to say more about her character? Because I didn't.
I didn't either.
Well, I did.
Locks?
My name's Heather. I play Loxus Aga. I'm a Klingon.
Did you forget what you were?
Shoot from the hip.
Shoot from the hip.
You know, momentarily. I'm doing the best I can, all right? I'm in a closet. I'm scared. I'm lonely. No, confused. I'm wearing a shirt of Mr. Meesey that says, I just want to die.
Oh, God.
Or Mr. Meesey.
This is a sad picture you're painting.
Yeah, I know, right? I am ready to party. It's out.
So when we last left our intrepid partiers, They were on.
Risa.
I don't have the air horn loaded in. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thanks for being there for me. And I think the last thing we did was Penny, you were talking to an author and you were eating
on a boat.
You were swimming. You was actually a swim up.
Yeah,
a seafood
we
restaurant.
finished that scenario, and my notes mention here that as we drew that scene to a close, Lox was giving oral sex to a handsome twink.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. I don't remember that.
While I was just trying to eat some space shrimps, is what it says here. So,
Did you say oral sex or oral sex?
I said oral, but
because I like the idea of oral sex. Like, what's that sound like?
It's a pirate blowjob is what that is.
I cover one eye.
Pirate blowjob. Cover one eye.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
I'm into that. We're Risa. No one's judging me. Have an eye patch, a fake big leg, and give people blowjobs. What was it? Wasn't blowjobs? It
says oral sex in my notes.
Oral sex.
Not oral. The sex with your mouth on the mouth sex,
not the ear sex.
But if I'm dressed as a pirate.
Y'all, this is starting out so well.
Welcome back to Risa.
Ah, God.
So you finish your delicious meal. You know, you're ready. I mean, you're reinvigorated. You've had some drinks. You're ready. This is your last night in Risa. Tomorrow, you got to wake up. You got to get back on the ship. So what do you want? What do you want your last night to be? Now, let's see. Let me remind you of all the things you can do on Risa. You already did the sandcastle competition.
Fun times.
You can get a massage or go to the spa. You can go to the hot springs. You can go swimming with Rays. You can go clubbing. You can go to the water park, but the water park's full of kids.
Yeah.
What did we call it? The Risa Rascals?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You already went to the underground garden, and there's also plenty of hiking. There's also, the volleyball tournament was earlier in the day. So
that's got to be over by now.
Well, I think everybody's kind of picked except for you over there, Shaq.
Just me left.
I mean, we kind of, took over, and then you've kind of followed along, thankfully, and now it's your turn.
Well, Shaq would never pick clubbing.
No, she wouldn't.
So maybe we go to the hot springs.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
And just relax after our very eventful, I guess all of that took place in one day.
Yeah.
All of those things that we did.
No, 2 days, because, was it one day?
No, because we had...
Yeah, it is just one day. Oh.
We're getting it in.
Yeah.
Wow.
You guys, you started early.
I guess we could go to sleep and then wake up and then have the next day for this session, or we could just do the evening.
We can do the evening.
Yeah, because, Risa's available for us all the time, so...
24/7.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We can just take some stim packs and...
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. Stems!
Some space speed and be on our way.
I think Posa has taken enough drugs for the day. She's probably going to chill out a little bit.
Not me.
Shaq was topped out at space acid that we took in the morning, so...
Penny is still going strong.
She'll keep drinking, and she'll have a Sparks, a space Sparks.
Wow. Space Sparks. So, you're going to head over to the hot springs / warm hot pools. Yeah,
I don't think we're going to need to change because this restaurant was partially submerged, right?
Want.
Penny's in a dress. I was wearing like that 16
she's wearing
candles
it in the water.
dress.
I mean, they're not going to stop you from wearing it in the hot springs either.
No.
So
I'm probably going to go naked in the hot springs. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Is it a naked hot springs?
It is now.
I mean, there's no rules.
It's a come as you are hot springs.
It's whatever you want, whatever you're comfortable in.
It's a spum as you are.
I am editing that out, is FYI.
Oh.
Please don't spum in the hot tub.
So to refresh everyone's memory, are you looking at the pin board?
Yes.
I have a picture of everyone's outfit in there.
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm perfectly happy wearing my cute little outfit in the hot springs, and anybody who wants to get naked certainly can. So let's head over there.
All right, so you head over there. You do the whole thing where you rinse off to make sure you get all the goobers off of you from every day, and then
All the space shrimp we spilled down the front of our blouses.
yeah, they don't want that. They don't want that in the hot tub, or in the hot pool. So you guys get all cleaned up, and then you head on in. It's very luxurious, right? It's very tropical. There's lots of ferns. There's, imagine the steam rising off the hot springs.
Is it co-ed?
There will say there are 3 areas. There's women only. Well, okay, that's very binary. There are a lot of races in Star Trek are very binary though, so we'll go with it.
Okay.
There's women identifying, men identifying, and then
Whoever.
No holds barred.
whatever you want. Right, exactly.
I think we'd go to alls, right?
That's what I'm trucking.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a whole bunch of creepy old dudes in there. Right the fuck back out.
I'm gonna imagine in Star Trek that the co-ed hot pool is not all naked men.
No, actually, it's just like a really comfortable, chill 24th century mix of people who are just trying to relax. It's not like weird or ooky or just like dudes trying to hook up. I mean, of course people are trying to hook up, but they're being tasteful about it.
This is Risa after all.
Well,
exactly.
they need a whatchamacallit. Why did I forget the name of the
Horgon.
stupid statue?
Horgon?
A Horgon, there you go.
Imagine just sort of a lush tropical environment. Everything's protected by tall plants, so it feels very private. It doesn't feel like there are going to be any peepers who can peep you. I mean, if anyone wants to peep you, they can just come in and sit in the hot spring or whatever.
Unless they just like to peep from the outside.
There are people who love that, right? Yeah, there are some people who get off on that, and you're protected from that. If you want to peep, you got to be.
You have to let us know you're peeping if you're going to peep.
Yeah, consented peeping.
Yeah, consensual peeping only. I'm imagining the water in the hot spring like a dark green, so that it's like if you are naked, you can kind of have a little bit more modesty if you want to like sink down
Can't
or
really
whatever.
see anything. Yeah.
They got some. What's the stuff you mix in to help with menstrual cramps?
Weed.
Mugwort. They mix some mugwort in to give it a little bit of a. It's not quite so clear.
Right.
The Risa equivalent of mugwort.
Yeah, space mugwort.
There's also a cold pool with a cold plunge with a cold waterfall nearby. So when you get too hot, you can go over and cool off.
Great. Okay, so I think Shaq stays in my same outfit. Are you guys naked?
So naked. I think I'm probably gonna get naked. Yeah.
Ooh, fan art.
Susie, the boob fan art is on you. You know you're better at drawing boobs than me.
I have to do the boob art. So, okay. So where's everyone going? Oh, and we'll say this. Well, actually, we'll just say, Shakel.
Yes.
You're getting into what area are you?
I think I'd start
enjoying?
with the tub. So I'd go into the main like big tub in my cute little iridescent high necked dress, and just like chill, maybe just like float. So, and as you're floating, you notice someone enter the pool that you recognize. Who is it? It is a figure on from Andorian television, a children's entertainer. Her name is Zashan. What's Zashan? So what kind of children's show did she do? Was it puppets like Mr. Rogers, or was she telling stories? Or yeah, it's a Mr. Rogers kind of situation where she was just being sweet, and she was, talking to kids like they're regular people, and she's just doing some stories and doing some puppets and just being a real sweet pea. She's much beloved, by most Endorians and me especially. I'm not Endorian, but Aemar watched the same TV as Andoria does. And have you guys watched the documentary, the trailer for the movie that's coming out about Mr. Rogers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I watched it 3 times and cried each time. And so it's like that.
Yeah, sure.
And it's okay. So, she's dressed in something modest. She's not nude. Was she since retired, or is she still doing her show?
No, she's retired now.
Okay. So she's a bit of an older gal, and she's, she's getting on in years, and she's just a little bit more modest, and she's wearing a swimsuit, and she walks in, and what do you do?
So I'm floating, right? So maybe I'm on my back and I'm floating, and I see someone enter, so I just sort of side eye.
Well, you don't see someone enter.
Well, god damn it. this again.
That's what I was like, what is Einar TV like?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
It's like seeing. Did every time Jordy said the word see, somebody was like, nah, you don't see.
Absolutely, they were.
Yes.
Well,
anyways.
We weren't on the ship, or else we would have. So.
Well, actually, Jordy.
Luckily, it didn't have to do with you fucking bitches. Okay, anyways. As an Enar floating in the pool, I sense a disturbance in the force, or what the fuck ever.
You're mixing genres.
So I'm floating. I sense someone coming in the pool, and I kind of like do the little side eye, for lack of a better word, and I see that it's Zashawn. Well, I think that's Zashawn, and so I kind of sit up, so I'm like looking at her with my mind's eye.
Right.
And I kind of like sink down, so like only like the top of my face is visible, just like my nose and my eyeballs, so she can't see me. And then I maybe get a little closer to see if it's really her. And once I'm like able to confirm that 100 that's Zashawn, I think I just start crying. Like, I don't like go up to her or anything. I'm like still keeping my distance, but I just start crying because I'm like, oh my god, it's her! Like you just watched the trailer for that,
the Mr. Rogers movie. Is anyone else with Shakel sees her just suddenly start crying and acting weird?
I was thinking that I was probably going to go into the hot tubs, but I would be probably behind her because I would be like, I'm taking this stupid dress off. Like, bah, fuck this. So I would be behind her for a second. And I'd be like, do. Oh, this is nice. Da, da, da. And then I would see her like duck down like a weird frog or something. And I'd be like, what the fuck is she doing? And then she'd like, then you just start crying, and I'm like, what? Oh, what?
Yeah, my antenna probably stands straight up, and then they go like straight down, like cat's ears,
Yeah. I'd probably at least, if nothing else, I would look around and be like, is there? I don't. And I guess probably go up to her and be like, Shaq, what's happening with you? Why are you crying? This is weird.
As you like alert yourself to like what I'm doing, I'm gonna like circle like back behind you and kind of like cower behind you and like grab your arm and be like, oh my fucking god, that's Zashawn. And I start telling you who she is and like why I love her and like how great her show is and like a really high pitched voice, and maybe you can't even understand me, but I'm just like, oh my god. And so like you've just been through this with your woman, so you would probably.
I totally understand. Yeah. Well, I'm going to kind of maybe offer you sort of what you offered me, because I was super fucked up when I met my famous lady. So I know you're not fucked up, but I can be like, we can like get you a little something to, calm your nerves. You got to go talk to her. Clearly you need to go talk to her.
And I just start crying, like inconsolable, like you can't understand what I'm saying. Like tragedy, like crying.
Zashawn actually, her antennae actually kind of like drift over to you, and she picks up on your distress, and she actually starts wading over to the two of you.
I go, psst, psst, she's coming. She's coming.
So I'm gonna dunk. I'm like, when she comes over, I dunk under the water to be like, I'm not crying, everything's fine. Like, wipe my eyes, like, while I'm down there. And then I come back up and I'm like,
okay.
I'm cool, you know?
Yeah. And she comes over and she says, she looks at you, you're soaking wet because you dunked, and she says, well, you've grown up to be a very fine woman. I'm so proud of you.
Even poses like, oh.
And I'll start crying again.
She looks at the two of you and she goes, you must be Starfleet, am I right?
Yes, you are correct.
I make that noise.
And then she looks at Shakel and she's like, it's so rare that I see an Enar out in the world. It must have been very difficult for you to leave your compound and explore space. That must have been very difficult. And you're so brave. You're so brave.
Just Niagara Falls.
I'm going to turn around and be like, Penny, Locks, just what? Are you guys behind me? I don't know. I'm calling for you, if nothing else, because this is an amazing, this is an interesting situation that's happening right now. I was floating, but you get my attention and I come over.
Okay.
Locks, where are you at?
Oh, I was planning on just going straight to the hot, like the...
Are you giving a handy to someone?
Yeah, I was like, I marched straight into one of those goddamn steam rooms or...
Okay. So fuck Lux, she's off doing something else.
She doesn't need to interrupt her handy for this.
No.
So I'm crying. I'm Niagara Falls, and just between sobs and high pitched shrieking noises, I think I'm going to try to communicate to Zashawn that how much her show meant to me and how much her show kind of inspired me to want to branch out of the culture that, because Enar are really isolated, really insular, and never kind of leave their little ice area. But like Zashawn's show, like Mr. Rogers' show, was really inclusive and had lots of different races on it. And of course, that was one of my first interactions with Andorians at all. And and she had Enar on her show. That whole experience when I was young was what kind of piqued my interest towards getting out of my podunk one-horse town, if we're going to relate it back to Earth.
Right.
Yeah.
She says, she looks at you and she takes your hand into hers and she says, I'm so glad you came out of the world. We live in a world in which we need to share responsibility. It's always easy to say, it's not my community, it's not my world, it's not my problem. But then there are those like you who see a need and respond. I consider people like you, people who grew up with my show, people who make me proud. I consider you to be one of my heroes.
I give her a big wet hug.
She hugs you. Oh, she hugs you back. No problem.
She's also wet.
And she pats your back and she says, the greatest gift you ever give is your honest self.
And I was crying.
I'm like putting my arm around Penny and just like watching. Just like, this is so cute.
I think I want to like get her autograph or something, but I'm in the hot tub and like I don't have anything.
It's a really weird place to get. She says, oh, I would love to give you an autograph. Hold on.
How about we take a hologram picture or something?
A camera I can telekinesis over to us or something.
She waves over to the side of the pool and she says, what's the Sean's son's name?
He doesn't have one yet. You're going to have to make it up.
Oh, dear.
No.
Why would you do this to me?
I'm sorry. Susie, can you make up a name for my character?
Hold on. So she says, Zathos, could you please bring the holo camera? I would love to take a picture with my new friend. I'm sorry, what was your name? She says, she actually looks at you.
Savia Shakel. And I'm like trying to wipe my tears away and like fix my hair in some kind of way, like pull it up.
I'll walk up behind her and see what she's doing, kind of help her, just like, I don't know what the fuck you want, but I'll just, okay, you want to do that? Oh, okay, there you go.
I put my arm around Posa like, please help me.
I'm helping, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing.
And as you do that, a handsome gentleman who
doesn't look anything like Michael Shannon,
who appears to be, to those of seeing capabilities, appears to have those same milky white eyes. He appears to be Enar.
Ooh.
And he's walks over to the pool, and he's in some tasteful trunks.
Yeah.
And he hands a holo camera to his apparent mother. Oh no, he actually says, should I take this picture of you and your new friend? What was her name?
Savia, hi! And I like try to not look like I've been squealing and crying for 15 minutes.
And he says, oh, I didn't expect to see another Enar here on Risa.
Me either!
And he motions for the two of you, like you and Zashan, to get close.
I pull for moral support. I'm gonna pull Posa into the picture too.
I'm just like, okay.
And says, say
Andorian cheese.
I was trying to think of a shorthand for Andorian cheese. Say knees.
Knees.
And he takes the picture and he gets the whole area. He kind of scans the whole area.
Did you say knees?
Knees.
Knees? Knees?
You can't tell me, Fox. You're giving a handy in the steam room.
Did you guys say knees instead of knees? I'm sorry. That's fucked up. Well, I've got my hands full. Damn.
Oh boy.
I tuck back in.
Okay.
So I'm smiling ear to ear. You know, I tried to. Human skin gets red when you cry, you know?
Right.
So, like, Enar skin's not going to. Maybe it's like.
It probably just gets like a darker blue or something. Yeah.
Yeah, because Enar skin is white, but, like, our blood is probably still blue like Andorians, so maybe it gets a little flushed, so a little blue.
So I take the picture, and she says, oh, well, I would love to send that to you. So could you please give Zathos your, what did we call it?
Email address.
Space email address.
Oh God, I do not remember that at all. It was Spacebook, like Facebook, but in space. I think it was Spacebook.
Dorky. I don't feel like we would have said that.
Were we really that boring?
No, we had.
Yeah, that's terrible. It's terrible.
We had something more official, but I can't remember what it was. So, yeah.
I go over to Zethos, and I like touch his hand.
And you just think it to him?
And I don't think it to him, but I'm like, can I give you my contact information? You know, like, kind of like, I think we would know that if I'm touching him and I say that I mean, like, can I beam it to you with my brains?
Can I get in your brain?
Can I brain you this?
Oh yeah.
And he says, and he actually says, yes, of course. It's been so long.
Oh.
Hello. Oh, that's what he meant. That is absolutely what he meant.
So
I'm not talking to another Enar. I'm telepathy. Not sexy stuff, but sure that too.
So I beam this very handsome half Enar friend of mine my contact info, and then maybe I'm just like start a little convo with him telepathically as well.
Oh yeah.
What do you say?
Oh. Hey. I also wasn't expecting to find Enar here. I haven't communicated telepathically in a really long time. How's it going?
Says, it's such a pleasure to meet another Enar. My father was Enar, as you can obviously tell. My mother is Andorian.
I love your mother so much. She's so great. Everything about her is the best. Her show inspired me, and just like too many words because it's telepathic, and I have like maybe no
filter.
I'm drunk also, so yeah. So it's just like floodgates.
No filter.
And he looks at you and he smiles and he says, well, he thinks to you. He says, would you like to go to dinner?
Woo!
I might have just like 60 space shrimps, but of course I do.
Flood my basement.
And he thinks to you, he says, should we invite my mother?
No. I don't mean to, but I say no.
You just say
Because we're thinking, right? We're communicating telepathically. And I don't mean to say no, but I immediately say no. And then I'm like, oh, I mean, of course. And then he knows that I said no.
He just kind of chuckles. And he looks over at his mother, and his mother's just smiling because she's enjoying the fact that her half Enar son is, communicating with another Enar. And she just looks so pleased and so happy. And she's standing next to Posa. And he says, Mother, this is a little weird. Mother, I would like to take this young lady out to dinner. Would you mind excusing me?
Posa goes,
And I think without asking permission, I'm just going to telepathically tell Posa what's up. I'm like, I'm out. Bye bitches. Like,
Posa goes, what the fuck?
Yes, girl, I'm out.
Oh, okay. Whoa. We've never done that before. So it was a little weirded out. Penny just starts clapping and does the Meryl Streep, like, point at her thing, like, from that awards show. You got it, girl. Yes.
Wow.
Get it, girl.
And Zathas actually starts, like, blushing because now you guys are being just goofy. And he says he thinks to you, Shakel, he's like, let's get out of here.
And I agree. I agree completely. And I'm kind of like pushing him, like, let's get out. Like, put these bitches in the rear view.
Posa's going, ow, ow!
So I'm now actively shoving him out. Like, let's.
Before Lox comes back out.
I put my arm back around Penny and I'm just like, they're so cute together.
He says, well, you sure have some interesting friends.
Yeah,
I do.
I start stumbling out, wiping my mouth.
Oh, God.
So I don't tell him anything about Lox, but I think because we're communicating telepathically again, I maybe spill like a little bit like, oh, I love them so much, but they're so embarrassing. Like, don't look at them, please.
Yeah.
And he actually thinks to you, he says, didn't I see her the other day walking with Candy Floss?
You did. Funny story. And then I start to tell him the story about how great I was at that sandcastle competition.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and he's eating it up, too. So I assume you two go to dinner. Do you
do
the dirty deed? Or do you have a respectful dinner, exchange contact information, and agree to stay in touch?
We have a respectful dinner. Maybe. You tell me.
Yeah, Risa.
Do you want to tell me if I have to roll for it? We have a respectful dinner.
I'm not gonna make you roll for it.
We have a respectful dinner, and then he maybe invites me back to like his bungalow or whatevs for
some like extra space wine.
An extra space wine. And I see he's got a fourgon there, and I think the rest is probably like. And I'm like, oh, I see your fourgon, and then we start talking about that, and then maybe his history. The rest is history.
You do like
have weird Enar sex.
You do like brain sex.
Yeah, like we take those big fat crystals, and he says something, and we touch them together, and then there's like a electric shock, and then I become his mom. What? Nobody remembers that episode of TNG.
No, which one was that?
No one was expecting that.
There was that joke's for someone. I hope someone out there gets it.
What episode was that?
Counselor Troy falls prey to an alien's seductive powers.
Strength comes from love.
I have no intention of releasing her now or ever.
Remember there was like a weird guy who's like dumping all his like mental trash into the women?
Yes.
Will Troy pay the ultimate price for unbridled passion?
Counselor Troy is dying.
Next time on Star Trek.
Yeah, but it's not his mom. It's just another woman he did that to.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't do that, obviously. But we have brain sex, and then we have maybe like, some other.
Right.
Body
and
sex.
Also body sex. Yeah,
We have a brain body, like, smush. We smush them.
Wow.
Yeah, you definitely smush. To borrow from Jersey Shore.
Smushed us so hard.
Yeah, seriously.
Gym Tan Laundry.
GTL, baby. Gym Tan Laundry.
GTO.
Wow.
GTO.
Wow.
I've rolled for how good the sex was, and I got 3 pluses, so.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, I appreciate that you rolled for that. Yeah, that's good.
Thank you.
Tanny's like, I'm going to roll for something, goddammit.
Can I scan something? Can I scan something during sex? It's the only way I can get off.
I'm not going to reveal any details of exactly what we did during sex, but I don't know.
There was scanning.
There could be scanning.
Oh, yeah.
Could have been skinny.
Maybe like as a joke, I scan like his pants, like I get out my tiger and I'm like,
Oh, snap.
You're hiding something in there.
Wow.
I want you to scan his antennae so we can see what they can do, is what I'm curious.
Sexually? Yuck.
What the fuck?
I like how Heather's the one that's like, what is going on?
One second you're like, oh yeah. The next second you're like, ew, disgusting. I'm like, what?
The antenna, they're little. What are they gonna do?
You don't know? You don't know?
I don't know. That's true.
That's why I said scan them. I want to know.
I don't know. There is an episode of Enterprise where they kind of insinuate that it's like a dick because Shran like loses one of his, and he's like, I'm half a man now or something.
I was told that the loss of an antenna wasn't critical.
You humiliated me. What good is a guardsman without 2 antennae?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Maybe they grow.
I'm not going to try to picture what that means sexually.
Maybe they grow.
Well, they do. He grew it back.
No, I'm saying maybe those small things grow. Maybe they're growers, not showers.
Okay, but again, it's on his head.
Yeah,
the thing.
Right.
I'm not trying to picture that, is what I'm saying. You can picture it. Listeners, you can picture that if you want.
I've been picturing it.
Yeah. I am listening. I am picturing it.
There it is.
Do you spend the night there, or do you go back to your bungalow afterwards?
I'm gonna stay the night. I'm gonna stay there.
Well,
I'm gonna send a little. I'll send a little calm to Posa and be like, "That's my calm."
And I will know exactly what that is.
It's like the number 8, a bunch of equal signs, and then a capital T. With a bunch of tildes coming out of the capital T.
So many tildes.
That was like our ship name when we used to play Artemis.
Yes.
We would just have a giant flying dick.
Big old giant flying cock. It's true.
Yeah.
We're grown-ups.
Oh.
We are grown up.
We're all 30-somethings.
So...
What is happening?
Your alarms go off. You have to be back on the ship, like, in an hour.
Oh.
Dude, what about the rest of our nights? Did we just, like, chill out in the hot tub?
Yeah, what did I them?
Yeah, you just chill in the hot tub. You guys already got your vignettes.
All right.
This isn't about you.
You had your thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you had a lot of it.
Damn right I did.
Woo woo. Yeah, so I'd say Shaq's alarm goes off, and I'm still in bed with Zathos, and I roll over, and he's still asleep, and I just touch his arm and be like, "Bye," in his brain.
In his dreams.
He sleepily says, or he sleepily thinks to, "I'll text you."
And I just do heart emoji and a kissing emoji in my brain.
So when you guys are doing Enar snuggles, do you touch I'm really fascinated by these antennae apparently tonight, but do you touch antennae as you're snuggling?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I thought that was a thing. You can intertwine them and it's very intimate.
Oh.
I thought that's what that was
Is it?
about.
Is that canon?
I think so.
Do you touch tip?
I don't remember that from Enterprise, which is where we get the most the only Enar action and the most Andorian action.
Yeah.
I don't really remember that, but
Okay.
I think they might have. But
I need to know. Do you touch tips?
Yeah, okay, we touch our tips, all right?
Quad tips.
Phew, okay.
We quad tip it, and then
quad tipping.
Oh boy.
So I get up, I put my wet swimsuit back on, I guess.
It's a space swimsuit, so it's dry.
It's dried, yeah. Okay, so I put my swimsuit back on, and I hail a Risa taxi,
Space taxi,
to take me back to. I think I'm just gonna calm you guys and be like, "Can you grab my shit? Let's meet at the dock or whatever."
Done.
So I
got you, boo.
I space text you like, "Let's meet up." XOXO.
All in emojis.
All emojis, yeah. Just like eggplant and like the two.
Oh boy, she's delirious.
I woke up still drunk. And so I meet him back at the dock, and I'm still in my swimsuit, and my hair's very tousled. And, and if I was wearing any space eyeliner, it's like maybe a little smeared.
Super smeared, yeah.
Oh, come on. You can't tell me space eyeliner doesn't stay.
Okay, fine. Space eyeliner doesn't smear. I look great. I look amazing, except my hair is tousled.
You woke up like this, girl.
I did.
We flawless. Ladies, tell them.
Yeah.
Pose a nose. So I'm like, oh. I walk up going, ow, ow!
As if you didn't tell both the girls what I was doing. I'm sure you guys chatted about it plenty.
Oh, sure. This is my reaction. I don't know what they're doing.
Penny is very interested in all of this because it's very uncharacteristic for you and very characteristic for me.
I think once I'm back and I'm like got my clothes, you all know I texted you the eggplant emoji with the squirts. So you all know for sure that I did do the deed, but I never give you guys any details.
You don't kiss and tell?
None. Nothing. You get nothing out of me.
Not even the quad tip?
No, you guys do not know the quad tip thing. That is personal. Don't share that with anybody. That's
not even the quad
tip. You don't know that.
Posa, I mean, I would definitely bug you basically for the end of time about it.
Yeah, and I never release one shred of info about it.
All right.
Plaxis just is kind of like leaning back and just smiling and looking at you, kind of laughing.
Somebody else finally got laid beside me.
Right. I'm just like, okay, all right. I'm like,
to everybody else, I'm like stony cold, but then when like Lox shoots me the look, I like blush and like kind of like give her a knowing like glance, maybe like a finger gun, but like I know details.
Uh-huh.
She knows you're freaky now.
All right, I look at you differently now. Yeah, now you're really one of us. All right, just takes the right situation. Yeah. That's good. That's good to know.
Can happen.
So you get back on the ship, and as you're actually you're getting on the transporter pad. As you remember, the transporter pad is out on the beach. It's out in the open. It's very beautiful with a scenic view of the sea. And as you're getting on the teleport, what's the word?
I mean, it's a teleporter, like transporter. Thank you.
Transporter, thank you.
You said it before that.
I know. Like I said, migraine meds followed by muscle relaxers plus beer equals.
I do have a question really fast. So when you're saying like, oh, the freaky thing, it made me think of I Think You Freaky and I Like You a Lot by Diane Word.
And I like you a lot.
And then I started thinking Yolandi might be Enar.
Oh, she might be.
Would be.
Oh my god, Yolandi would totally be Enar.
You know what? She might be.
She does look like an alien. 100%.
She absolutely does.
Like, she could absolutely be Enar. So
maybe she just trims her antenna. You know, they grow back.
Oh, ow.
It would work, but that would keep her identity under wraps.
She just gels it back with the rest of that mullet situation she has going on.
She slicks it back.
Yeah. That, like, those weird bangs she has. Yeah.
I love her weird bangs.
I do too, which is, yeah.
I love them so much.
Yolandi, hands up.
Yeah, girl.
Hands up, Yolandi. You can be on Memory Alpha anytime.
Yes.
We're probably too mainstream for Yolandi.
Probably. Let's be real.
We are square as fuck.
Yeah.
We are square as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Never gonna happen.
Never. We can dream.
The transporter
So I'd like to point out that Shaq's not wearing any shoes on the transporter pad.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So actually, as you're getting on the transporter pad, thank you for reminding me what that's called, even though I said it like literally 10 seconds. You actually see Captain Takov. She's in her uniform, but she says she's walking up the transporter pad with you, and she says, "Oh, I trust that you ladies had a nice time on Risa."
I do not say anything, but I'm wearing my swimsuit and no shoes, and my hair's all messed up, and maybe I blush.
Paulsa does it out loud.
And she looks at you and she says, "Well, I will expect you to get in uniform as soon as you get back on the ship, Lieutenant."
Yes, ma'am.
And then she sort of trips on the stairs, and as she trips on the stairs, her bag her bag kind of comes off her shoulder, and when the bag comes off her shoulder, a Horgon spills out.
Oh!
Get it, Captain.
I pick it up.
Get it.
I pick it up. Give her a little wink.
She takes it from you, and she puts it back in her bag very matter-of-factly, and she looks at all of you, and then she just sort of smashes it down further in her bag, and she says, 5 to beam up, please. Sorry, I interrupted you. Ashley. You're talking about Spum?
Probably. I don't know. It's a good chance.
Usually.
Yeah.
You have been listening to Mammary Alpha. Your hosts would like to thank Smelly Tooth, who composed our theme song and some of the other music that you hear, as well as Roll Music. You can find us online at mammaryalpha.com and on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as Mammary Alpha. You can tweet at us using the hashtag #ThisPodcastIsTheTits, thanks to Dee Dee, and support us by buying a t-shirt or becoming a patron. Patreon supporters will have access to exclusive audio, we promise more soon, and extras. And don't forget to leave a rating or review on iTunes.